Dear students, if you remember, in the previous class we discussed or we had started discussing the poem Meeting at Night, penned by Robert Browning. As I have already mentioned, Robert Browning is famous for a special kind of poem. What is the special kind of poem for which Browning is famous? Browning is famous for his poems called dramatic monologue, where a person goes on speaking, there is a speaker and a silent listener. But this poem, Meeting at Night, is not a dramatic monologue. This poem is a love lyric. Here, the poet describes a lover's journey to meet his beloved, and he also describes the fulfillment of the meeting. As I have already said, this poem has some autobiographical elements. Autobiography, that means the biography of a person written by himself. Actually, Browning himself fell in love with Elizabeth Barrett, who herself was a poetess, and both Browning and Elizabeth met secretly. Why did they meet secretly? Because Elizabeth's father did not approve of this relationship. So they met secretly. And in this poem also, the lovers meet secretly. The lovers want to keep their love a secret. So that is why some critics say that this poem has some autobiographical elements. In this poem, the poet has described some of his own experiences. As you know, the poem is written in 2 stanzas. Each stanza has 6 lines. So in total, there are 12 lines in this poem. Actually, the first stanza describes the journey of the lover, the journey of the lover to meet his beloved, and the second stanza describes the fulfillment of the meeting. Now, as I have already said, color plays an important role in this poem. It would also be a 100-word question. What do the colors symbolize? Or what are the imageries in the poem? For example, in the very first line, you will find that the sea is grey. The sea is grey because evening is setting in and the lover has started his journey in the evening. That's why the sea does not look bluish but grey. But grey also has a special meaning. Grey also connotes the travel from despair to hope. Despair, hatasha, disappointment, to hope. Hope because the lover is going to meet his beloved. The long black land, the land is black because night has set in, darkness has descended upon the earth. Prithibite andhokar neme esheche. That is why it is black. But at the same time, we should remember, black here has a special inner meaning. What is the inner meaning? Black stands for secrecy. Eta goponiyotar pratik. The word black connotes that the entire journey is a secret journey. The yellow half moon. The moon is yellow. The color yellow also has a special significance. What is the special significance of the color yellow? The color yellow indicates the passion in the hearts of the lovers. The yellow half moon is large and low. Why is the moon low? The moon is low because it is rising from below the horizon. It seems to rise from below the horizon. Jeno digontorekha niche theke uthe asche. That is why it is low. As the boat of the lover advances, the waves are disturbed. Waves are created on the placid surface of the sea. নিস্তরঙ্গ সমুদ্রে ঢেউ দেখা দিচ্ছে because the lover's boat is advancing. And the poet imagines the waves are startled. Startled means shocked. The waves are shocked because the boat is advancing. And the waves are scattered in different directions, producing fiery ringlets. Fiery because in the moonlight everything looks fiery. Ultimately, the lover's boat reaches the shore, and the lover pushes his boat, or rather steers his boat towards a cove. What is a cove? A cove is an inlet. সমুদ্র কিছুটা ভেতরের দিকে ঢুকে আসে ডাঙার মধ্যে, that is called a cove. That inlet will be an ideal place for keeping the boat. He has to anchor the boat somewhere. তাকে নৌকাটা নোঙর করতে হবে, and that is why the lover has found a safe place for anchoring the boat. What is the safe place found by the lover for anchoring the boat? The safe place is the cove. And how does the lover steer the boat towards the cove? By pushing the prow. What is prow? Prow means the front part of the boat. The front part of the boat is called the prow. নৌকার সামনের অংশ. So by pushing the front part of the boat, the lover ultimately reaches the cove. And the speed of the boat is quenched. Here, quench means to slow down. The speed of the boat slows down. What slows down the speed of the boat? The slushy sand. The word slushy is an adjective. It is the adjective form of slush. What is meant by the term slush? Slush means mud. So slushy sand means muddy sand. That means sand that is mixed with mud. This muddy sand decelerates the speed of the boat or slows down the speed of the boat. The first stanza ends here. Now we should switch over to the second stanza. The first stanza has described the journey of the lover towards the house of his beloved. Now the second stanza will describe the fulfillment of the meeting. Then a mile of warm sea-scented beach. A mile of warm sea-scented beach. Beach means seashore. The lover, after disembarking from the boat, নৌকা থেকে নেমে এসে, he starts walking along the shore. How long does the lover walk? The lover walks a mile along the beach, but the poet has used two adjectives to describe the beach. What are the two adjectives used by the poet? The two adjectives are warm and sea-scented. Warm. Warm, we know the meaning, slightly hot. The beach is slightly hot. Remember that it is night. How can the beach be warm at night? রাত্রিবেলায় বিচটা গরম কেন? It may be warm at noon, but why is it warm at night? The answer is simple. During the daytime, throughout the day, the sand absorbs the heat of the sun. বালি সূর্যের তাপকে শোষণ করে, and it retains some of the heat inside it. কিছুটা তাপ সে ধরে রাখে. That is why even at night the beach is warm. Mind it, the beach is not hot. The beach is warm, slightly hot, because the sand has absorbed the heat throughout the day and it retains some of the heat. And the beach is also described by another adjective, sea-scented. What is meant by this term, sea-scented? Scent means a sweet smell. So the beach has the sweet smell of the sea. Why? Because the waves of the sea lash against the beach. সমুদ্রের ঢেউ আছড়ে পড়ছে তার তীরভূমিতে, and the beach imbibes some fragrance of the sea water. সমুদ্রের জলের যে সুগন্ধ তার কিছুটা শোষণ করে নিচ্ছে সমুদ্র তীর. That is why it is called sea-scented beach. But again, the word sea-scented beach has a special meaning and inner meaning. It is a metaphor. Metaphor means something that has two meanings. The outer meaning, the inner meaning. The outer meaning I have explained. The waves lash against the sea beach and naturally the beach absorbs some of the fragrance of the sea. But the sea-scented beach also connotes the warmth of anticipation. Warmth of anticipation. Anticipation means the feeling that something is going to happen. কিছু একটা ঘটতে চলেছে, এই যে অনুভূতি, that is called anticipation. Here, what is the anticipation? It is the anticipation of the lover to meet his beloved. The lover will meet his beloved. So the heart of the lover is full of anticipation. And this warmth of anticipation, এই প্রত্যাশার উষ্ণতাই, is connoted by the term sea-scented beach. So this video is up to this point. I will upload another video for the next part. Thank you.